What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with another video. And today it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. If you don't know that reference, you are not cultured. Okay. So today we are going over, unfortunately, the list of 10 superstars who were released in WWE, who were released by WWE this past weekend, and what they should do, where they should go, what their career, and like a total overview of their time spent in WWE. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, first name on the list we're going to talk about is the authors of Pain, AOP, Akam, and Razor. Also Apollo Ellering as well. We're going to combine them all together. I seen this coming. Reason why I seen this coming is because for some reason it just didn't work on the main roster. I think you guys would also agree with me when I say this. AOP, Authors of Pain. They were one of the best NXT tag teams ever. When they, in the OG Black and Gold era, Authors of Pain with Paul Ellering was so elite as a tag team in NXT. And then, you kind of just, they went to the main roster. They took Paul Ellering from them for some weird reason. They took Paul Ellering from them, and then it just never worked after that. They leave. They get released by Vince. Then they get brought back by Triple H. And that didn't work out either. They put them with Karrion Kross, another uprising talent. That didn't really work either. And it's unfortunate because they are really talented. There is something there. I don't think anybody cannot see AOP have something there. The Authors of Pain have something there, and it's just didn't work for them in WWE, unfortunately. Where they should go. Honestly, I can see them going a few places. I can see them going, I'm pretty sure they were there before, but I can definitely see them going back to NJPW. Or, honestly, I think they should go to TNA. I do think Authors of Pain would do numbers in TNA. And then more importantly, if they did go to TNA, they can still have crossover matches with a Fraxium. And I think those two actually would work together very well. The Authors of Pain could go and work with the Hardy Boys. I think that would work very well. I just think that there's so many more opportunities for them in the land of TNA so that they still get to stay on TV. They still get to carry their presentation. Could they go to AEW? Yes, but do I see it? Not really. But I'm one of those people who believes in Authors of Pain, and I'm going to stick to it. So, shout out to the Authors of Pain. Next on the list is Cedric Alexander. Another one, talent who's so talented. He was always so talented. I remember when he won the Cruiserweight title, I believe at WrestleMania 34. Don't quote me on that. Banger of a match against Mustafa Ali. Cedric Alexander. Where is Cedric Alexander going to be going? AEW. No doubt about it. He should be excited that he got released so he can go be with the Hurt Business, or the Hurt Syndicate. That's where exactly I see him going, and I feel like that's the perfect spot for him. Honestly, if Omos ever gets released, I hope he doesn't. Don't be surprised if Omos goes there. And he'll be like the big giant of the Hurt Syndicate. I feel like they're just going to keep trying to make stables over there in AEW. So I feel like Cedric Alexander would fit the Hurt Syndicate as he was a member of them already. So then it would make the full Hurt Syndicate complete. So That's where I have Cedric going. Cedric had a solid running career. He was there for like 10 years? So, and with his role in NXT helping Javon Evans, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best, but it was time for him to go on to greater pastures and to do something different and to do something better to truly hone and show his skills. Look at Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali is a much better wrestler now than he was when he was in WWE. And I feel the same thing can happen for Cedric Alexander. I'm going to keep the faith in my boy. Shout out to Cedric Alexander. Now, next on the list, Sonya Deville. Now, this was one name I was shocked by because she's been in the company for so long. It just, unfortunately, I believe she was just celebrating 10 years of being in WWE. It just didn't work. She was in Pure Fusion Collective. It just didn't work. Sonya Deville has had one of the hardest times getting over for a superstar. They've tried her in so many different roles. It just didn't connect with the fans. And it sucks to say it like that. It just didn't. And at times, I will tell you, she was given very little. There was a time where she did suffer from a lot of bad creative. And you thought in the Triple H era, maybe things would get better. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest. Pure Fusion Collective was not the wave. That was not, no. They got more jokes and more roasting sessions from people online than people cared to see them wrestle. And it's unfortunate. And I wish them the best. And hopefully Zoe goes on her own now. And Shayna Baszler goes to be the badass that she is. But Sonya Deville just didn't work for the WWE. And I hope that she now gets to put together her own ideas now. Her own concepts. If she continues to wrestle. So she can go on her own. Because who knows? She might go do the podcast with Mandy now. I believe they have a donut shop or some shit. So Sonya Deville is very tapped into other things. So maybe those other things can take her into different levels of financial success and all of that. Or if she does continue to wrestle because she loves it, TNA. TNA would be the best place for her to really find herself again, to really find her footing, and to really do something different. And I feel like that would work for her. It just didn't work on the main roster. And that's very unfortunate. And I do feel for her with that. But I do think it was time for Sonya Deville to really branch out and reinvent herself. And with that, I do wish her the very best. Next on the list is Blair Davenport. This was the most obvious one. She's wrestled one time since she was called up to the main roster. I believe she wrestled once, and that was it. WWE had no creative for her whatsoever. The moment they took her from NXT, they did not know what to do with her. They should have never took her from NXT. With that being said, am I surprised she got released? No. Is it unfortunate she got released? Yes, absolutely. And with that, I can see her going a lot of different places. I can see her going to AEW or Ring of Honor. I can see her going to TNA. So she has options. I just think that I know, doesn't she date one of the dudes from Chase U? Don't quote me on that. But there's options for her. There's things she can do. It's just a matter of how they put it together. And I feel like she does have a future in this business. She's very talented. Where she goes, the world has her oyster to show and prove why she is who she is. I just hope that she doesn't do that tired, old, they didn't believe in me in the last company I was in, so maybe this company, I can show who I am. I hate. I despise those promos. I just pray none of these superstars, not just Blair Davenport, none of these superstars do this down the line. But congratulations to, well, not congratulations, I apologize to Blair Davenport, and I do hope that she does make that name for herself because she deserves it. Next on my list is Giovanni Vinci. Never should have took him out of Imperium. Never should have took him out of Imperium. That Italian thing they were trying to do was never going to work. Never should have took him out. So him getting out of this contract and going to do bigger things, I'm happy for him. Another person to explore your creative depth and to explore what you want to do. Another one I can see going to TNA, and it would be very dope for him to really refine his footing. Would be really cool. Because WWE did him a disservice the moment they took him out of Imperium. Because this boy can work in the wrestling ring. That boy can get busy. So I do feel bad for Giovanni Vinci, and I do hope he goes to greater pastures. Next on the list, the Good Brothers. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows. Wasn't going to work. They've tried this 3 times, and it never works. It sucks to say it like that, but it's true. They just don't work in WWE. I'm sorry. I know Carl Anderson was injured, so that's what's had them sidelined for a while. But even when they were on camera, even when they were on TV, they worked better in NXT than they did on the main roster. They're just, their storylines don't mix well. With that, I think they should go back to Japan, because that's where they were shown and they were putting on their best work, was when they were in NJPW. And I feel like that's the best move for them, because they've always shown up and shown out when they were in NJPW. The Good Brothers are a decorated tag team. A decorated tag team. All around the world. They can go anywhere if they really want to. TNA, AEW. They can go anywhere. MLW. They can go wherever they decide. The world literally is their oyster. It just didn't work in WWE. But the best part about all these alternative and different wrestling promotions, that doesn't mean it's over. So, shout out to the Good Brothers. And I do hope that they end up doing their thing down the line, because they are incredibly talented. Last on my list for WWE releases, it's my woman. This is one of my... Oof! What? Isla Dawn. They released my baby. I could cry right now. I love that woman. Why would they do this? Like, this is the one where I was in pain. Like, what? Not Isla. Not Isla Dawn. Come on, man. She is nuts. But she is so dope. And I feel like she's going to do wonderful things outside this company. And I feel like it's time for her to shine and do her thing. Where I want to see Isla Dawn at, I would love to see her in TNA causing hell. And also mostly because I want her to keep coming across my TV screen week to week to week. That's for other purposes, but you know what I mean. I love Isla Dawn. I'm a big fan of Isla Dawn, and I do feel like she does have a future in this business. But her release does scare me for Alba Fire. Where are we going to go with Alba Fire now? Is she going to go back to being Kaylee Ray, who was a badass? What are we going to do with this? Or is Kaylee Ray gone too? I need to know, because this doesn't seem real, if that makes sense. Like, there's something off about this move just to take her from Alba Fire. Because I did a video on Unholy Union the other day, and I felt like they should go back to NXT and get the belts. Take them belts back to NXT, because they don't work on the main roster. This is insane. This is not a move I personally would make. I don't know why maybe the writers just had nothing for her. But if that's the case, and that's the case I'm going to stick with, then this could be a really good move for her. And for these superstars who got released, getting released probably sucks. Bet you it does suck a lot. But sometimes it could be the best thing for them. And the best thing to happen to them. You look at Matt Cardona. Is Matt Cardona anything like he is now if he never was released by WWE? I'll wait. Exactly. Because he made himself into what he is now. And that's why he's so over, and that's why he is absolutely a household name. And when Matt Cardona comes back to WWE, hopefully one day, he will come back as Matt Cardona, not Zack Ryder. He will come back as Matt Cardona because that's how talented he really was. So I wish all of these WWE superstars who were released best of luck in their future endeavors, as they will do their thing and go on to do great things. And with this, that doesn't mean the door is closed forever. It just means the door is closed for now. So I wish all of these superstars luck. Now, let's talk about some AEW releases. They need to make their way back to the WWE. Malachi Black, Miro, Rusev, and lastly, Ricky Starks. Oh, hell yeah. Bring me Rusev. Because the only company that actually got Rusev right was WWE. Bring him home, okay? If there's one wrestler on this list where I'm like, he needs to be home now, it is him. Bring him back to WWE. Rusev would be a baller in WWE. He would be a big-time player in WWE. And that's who I want to see come across my television, is that boy Rusev back in the WWE. Could you imagine if he interrupted John Cena? Do you know how funny that shit would be? That's a moment. That's a moment. Then, let's talk about Ricky Starks. Where Ricky Starks? Do I see him going to WWE? And honestly, Trick Williams is coming up to the main roster eventually. It's just the way it is. But with that, Ricky Starks would be the perfect person to fill that void. When you're asking yourself, who is that next person who could step up and take NXT by its reins and show up and show out? It's Ricky Starks. It's 100% absolute Ricky Starks. He would do damage in NXT. Damage. He would grab that brand like this. And when you're looking for someone who can maybe potentially win the crowd or win the fans over so much to beat Obafemi down the line, it would be Ricky Starks. 1,000%. It would be Ricky Starks. When you look at NXT every week to week to week, it is dominated and it is ran by the women's division. And I don't think anybody in here is complaining about it being dominated by the women's division. But there is a hole in the guys division because you're just like, you have Obafemi as champion, as he should be. Who can be Obafemi? Trick Williams, and the rest is it, and that's it. And when you look at one person who can come and make an appearance in WWE and show up and show out, it's Ricky Starks. That man has all the tools to be a champion in WWE. And I do hopefully that now he is released, they will cash in on that. That's my hope. Then you do have Malachi Black, Aleister Black. We gotta know he's coming back to WWE. He was always a Triple H guy. He was his most dominant self when he was a Triple H guy. I just can't wait to see that entrance when my boy sits up out the coffin. Oh, come on, man. Sign me up. That boy will do so much damage on this roster. Especially, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up beating Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. I wouldn't be surprised if he feuds with Karrion Kross. I wouldn't be surprised if he feuds with the Wyatt Six. There are so many different Andrade. There's so many different ways they can go with that. And I am excited to see what path that they choose. So, that's my take on the releases, on who should come to WWE. If you guys agree, you guys disagree, is there anybody else you guys can think of, please let me know. As you guys know, I duck no smoke. So please like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Forever gang. And until forever finds you.